Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nancy from nancybadillo.com, and on today's tutorial, I'm going to give you 5 tips when selling digital items on Etsy. And these are tips that I have learned in the course of the last 2 years. A lot of them you probably already doing. Maybe some you could start doing and implementing, and it will save you some headache in the future. And I will go over the reasons why I'm saying that. But these are 5 tips that I currently do when I sell digital downloads on Etsy. So let's start with what is a digital download. It's basically when you sell an item, a digital file, to a customer, whether it's a JPEG, a PDF format, it could be audio, music. You're not sending something tangible to the customer. They're actually downloading the file. Let's say you send them a wedding sign. They're downloading that wedding sign to their computer, they save it in the thumb drive, and they take it to their local printing to print out, or they print it at home depending on the size and if they have the, the capable printer to do that as well. But that is a digital download. That's what I mean by digital prints. So these are 5 tips that I currently use. Some is to save money. Some is I've learned that it works better for me that way. So you could kind of take which one applies better for you. So tip number 1, I used to use Google Drive. So Google Drive gives you up to 15 gigabytes of free storage. So what I used to do is when I complete an order for a customer, I will download the file on Google Drive. I will send the customer the link, and I will tell them you could download your file within the next 30 days using this link. The issue with the Google Drive is that a lot of people don't know how to use Google Drive. They get very confused. I would get tons of emails. Hey, I'm trying to download it. Can you just email it to me? So that's the issue that I came across. Also, because I do sell a lot of large signs, those hold a lot of memory. So I had to upgrade to the paid Google Drive. It's not that expensive, it's only $10 a month. However, I was going through the memory quick because if you get a lot of orders, it starts consuming the gigabytes. And I was at one point already maxed out. I had to go back and delete old files. And then on top of that, when I would go back and delete old files, I would get the customers from months before that they never downloaded the file emailing me or messaging me on Etsy saying, hey, I never downloaded the file. I'm trying to do it now and it's not working. And that's because I deleted the file because it's been there sitting over 30 days and I need the space for new files. So that became a headache because now I have to redo the whole file, charge them maybe a fee depending on the situation, redo the whole file without getting paid extra to send the customer something because they never downloaded it. So I personally stopped using Google Drive. If you don't sell that many items per month, it's not going to be an issue for you. But if you are selling as many items as I do, which is about roughly anywhere from 50 to 100 a month, then it becomes an issue because you start using the memory and then you cap that out and it just becomes an issue. So for me, what I do now is I just use an email. Um, I have, like 3 emails right now that I'm currently using for my store. So what I do is I email the customer the file. So I will go ahead, put their email, put on the subject line XC order. I take a screenshot of the send. So once I send the item, so this is really important that you do, and this is tip number 2, but I'll just go ahead and show you real quick. When you send the item to the customer, make sure that you take a screenshot of that item. The reason I say that is because a lot of times the customer later says, "Oh, I never received the file," or "You never send it to me," or and then you have proof that you did send it to them. So, tip number 1 is I use emails, Gmail to send the customer the file because that way it's sent automatically to the person and then I make a screenshot out of it to prove that I did send it to them. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is take a screenshot. So when you send the actual file to the customer, make sure that when you send them the message on Etsy, this is what I normally send them. I do a script. I put thanks again for your business. I have completed. Let me put this bigger so you can see it a little bigger. Excuse my mess in the background. Thanks again for your business. I have completed your digital order and emailed you at, and then you put the email there. The file size at, let's say the size is 20 by 30 in both JPEG and PDF format. Please make sure to download the file within the next 30 days, since after that I do delete my emails and will not have access to the order. This is so important to put that detail right there, because people will message you 50 days later, 3 months later. I can't find the email. You never send it to me. Can you resend it? And guess what? You probably already deleted that email to make more space for the new orders. So you want to make sure that you include that in your message. That way, there's no discrepancy. You don't have to worry about them saying you never send it to me, because you did send them a screenshot. So once you put this message in there, you attach a screenshot of the sent email. That way, later on, they're not like, well, you never sent it to me. And you're like, yes, I did. Here's the message that I send you, and here's the screenshot of the actual order. And then it says to and from. That way you could protect yourself. Tip number 3. The reason why you use the screenshot is because when you do sell digital downloads, for some reason, I get a lot of cases open against my shop. I'm not going to say I get, tons of them, but I do get one periodically. I want to say about every 6 months. And a lot of the times it's not because they never received the item, even though the customer says that. It's because they didn't read the listing description and then didn't know that they were buying a digital download, and they wanted something tangible, like they actually wanted me to ship out the print. So they're upset. So they open a case study and then a case against my store, and they say, I never received the item. It's not listed. I was never told. And the reason why I have all this information here is because I could go back to the thread and I could screenshot what I told them, that I send them the file. It's going to be there within 30 days. Make sure that you download it. Make sure you look for it in your spam folder as well. And then I also provide a screen to Etsy, a proof that I send the actual file. And you can see the sign, you can see when I send it, the date, and the email. And I can't tell you how that has helped me. I've never lost a case. They always get closed, and I don't have to refund my anything because I already did the work. But this is to save you headache later on. Make sure that you take a screenshot every time you email them the file. That way you could have it for your records as well. Tip number 4 is make sure with digital downloads, they cannot download it from their mobile device. This is a question that customers are constantly asking me. I'm trying to download it, I can't download it, and the first thing I say, are you using a mobile device? If so, you can't do it from a mobile device. It has to be done from a computer. So make sure that you put that little clause in there. That way they are aware of it, and a lot of times, most of the time, they still message you asking you the question. However, it does reduce the messages. Ever since I started doing the script, it really has reduced the amount of messages I used to get. And then my last tip will be is in here, make sure that you go ahead and ask for a review. You're not going to get that many reviews. For instance, one of my shops have sold like 2,700 items, and I only have 315 reviews. So it's going to be a small percentage to leave you a review, but you don't lose anything by just adding it at the bottom. You could put, I truly appreciate your business and entrusting me with your design. If you're happy with the service, you mind leaving me a review once Etsy lets you review the item. That's another thing. Digital downloads, if it's an instant download, they could leave you a review the same day. If it's a digital download that you had to create and then you have to close out the order, they're not able to do the review up to, I believe it's up to 6 to 7 days later. So make sure that you put that there, because a lot of times they'll message you back and say, I was trying to leave you a review, but I can't do it. So just make sure that you let them know once Etsy lets you review the item, because it does take a little bit longer. That's just how Etsy has to set up in the system, because technically, when you do a digital download and it's a custom order, you do put, when you're doing the listing, you do put tangible items. So to Etsy, it seems like you're sending them something, so they're giving them the appropriate time to receive the item for them to review later, and that's the reason why. But just make sure that you let them know it's going to take a couple days, but once Etsy allows you to, do you mind leaving me a review? Um, just wanted to make a quick tutorial on those tips. These are things that I have learned through the course of doing Etsy the last 2 years, and it's really become very handy for me to do this. So, like I said before, I use Gmail. I send a screenshot of the email that I sent to them. I attach that screenshot on Etsy as proof. I do a whole script of letting them know I completed the order, where I send the email. That's another important one. Want to make sure that you let them know, hey, I completed your order and I emailed you at 123@gmail.com. Why? Because a lot of people, they don't even know what email they signed up with Etsy, and they get confused. So you want to make sure you just let them know specifically, this is the email from your Etsy account. I send it there. That way there's no confusion. They're not checking other incorrect emails. So make sure that you address that and you put that. Make sure, like I said before, give them a time span of when they should be deleting when you will be deleting your email. I do 30 days. You could do, I think shops that do up to 2 weeks. Yeah, up to 2 weeks to download the file. If you don't, and I delete my email, then you lose it. So it just depends on what you prefer. Make sure you let them know to download from a computer, since it might not work on a mobile or even a tablet. And then just asking them for a quick review in there, so that way you can increase your reviews. But this was the tips for today. Make sure that if you have not done so yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be adding additional videos throughout the course of the year. I'll be adding more Etsy videos. I'll be adding how to grow your social media, how to grow a blog, and how to grow a thriving Etsy business. So if you have any questions about this video or any additional videos that you would like me to include in the future, make sure you leave me a comment below in the comment section. Make sure that you like this video and leave me feedback with anything you would like to talk about. I appreciate you guys watching, and have a wonderful night. Bye bye.